The depressed town of Camden, New Jersey is typical of such places with unemployment, drug addiction, and the homeless roaming the streets in search of shelter.
Oh, have a nice day, bro. Hey, Papa. Hey, bro, can you loan me $1? Give me a quarter.
However, this homeless man stands out among the others. People greet him and take pictures. Because far in the past, he was a 2-time world champion and gave a fight to all the top super featherweights. This is none other than Rocky Lockridge, who was one of the best boxers of the 80s in his category, had a wonderful family, and lived in a rich neighborhood of Philadelphia. However, his life went the wrong way. And today, I will tell you his story. Rocky was born in Tacoma, Washington, where he was mostly engaged in music and connected his future with it. But the street dictated its conditions, so he did boxing at the same time. His amateur career was quite successful. He became the silver medalist of the National Golden Gloves Tournament and won silver in the U.S. National Olympic Tournament. At the age of 19, he moved to Paterson, New Jersey, and seriously dived into the boxing atmosphere, performing in a local club under the auspices of Main Events, which belonged to the famous promoter Lou Duva, who noticed the young man and began to promote him through the ranks of various organizations. Rocky was the type of boxer who was thinking about a career after boxing. He was friendly and tactful, and he also took business classes at William Patterson University. The start of his boxing journey was great. He took the nickname Rocky, and in 2 years, he achieved a record of 16 wins without a single loss, with 14 of his fights ending by knockout. Such an impeccable start allowed him to quickly enter the title fight against the WBA featherweight champion, Eusebio Pedrosa. The Panamanian boxer was much more experienced and was defending his title for the 10th time, but young Lockridge completely destroyed the champion in the first half of the fight and seemed to be able to win. The key was the second half, in which Pedrosa equalized the battle, and in general, the match ended very close to Rocky's victory. Pedrosa won by split decision and was able to retain the title, while young Lockridge suffered his first disappointing defeat, but most believed that he had been robbed.
And still, WBA featherweight champion, Eusebio Pedrosa. Well, wrong again.
Rocky continues to work, and after several bright victories, he is again defeated by Juan Laporte.
Laporte digging to the body, and down goes Lockridge. Tremendous shot.
Without giving up, he won 9 consecutive victories, and in 1983 went for a rematch against Pedrosa for the same WBA title. However, he loses again, only now by unanimous decision of the judges. It was a heavy blow to Lockridge's ambitions, but love saved him. At the age of 24, he met his future wife, Caroline. All failures are in the past. Rocky began to work even harder and moved to a higher category, to the featherweight, and those extra 800 grams were exactly what the boxer needed. He wins 3 convincing victories and enters a title fight with the Black Mamba, the undefeated Roger Mayweather, who went with a record of 17-0 and held the WBA title. A serious opponent was defeated in the 90th second of the fight, Mayweather was knocked out, and Rocky Lockridge finally became the world champion.
Oh, right hand by Lockridge, and Mayweather is down! He's not getting up, we've got a new champion!
Life began to improve. He and his wife moved to a wealthy area in the suburbs of Philadelphia. where twins Ricky and Lamar were born to them. He successfully began the defense of his title, winning 3 vivid victories.
The round 6, the mouthpiece goes flying and Doretto's down.
On camera, Rocky constantly repeated that he was doing this for his family and their future. He was able to hold the title for almost a year and a half until he entered the ring against the Puerto Rican bazooka, Wilfredo Gomez, who ended 95% of his fights with a knockout. The match became a real war between 2 boxers and went all 15 rounds. As always, Lockridge was better in the first half and somewhat let go of Gomez in the second. It was an extremely close fight and a hard-fought split decision. Victory with a 1-round advantage for Wilfredo Gomez. Rocky Lockridge was still a top boxer and had no trouble getting a big fight in August of '86. He went to a title fight against Julio Cesar Chavez himself, who was going with a record of 52-0, and again a close fight in which Lockridge came up short a little. As a result, he conceded a split decision of the judges. Convincing performances keep Lockridge in the top, and next year he travels to Great Britain for another title fight against Barry Michel. Rocky was really in great form and forced his opponent to give up the continuation of the fight after the 8th round and became the world champion again, only now according to the IBF version.
The winner by a technical knockout and the new junior lightweight champion of the world, Rocky Lockridge.
Rocky started defending the title quite successfully, winning convincing victories.
That one hit, the left hit, the right hits. The uppercut hits, the right hits again. This is going to be over.
The following year, he went to the 3rd defense of his title against Tony Lopez, whom he outboxed in the first half of the fight and even sent a knockdown in the 8th round.
Right hand by Lockridge sends Lopez to the canvas.
However, he did not manage to finish the fight and lost the next 4 rounds, and with it, the entire match.
For the new junior lightweight champion of the world.
This match was recognized as the fight of the year by Ring Magazine. 6 months later, he also lost the rematch. Everyone noticed that something was going wrong, and Rocky himself said before the match against Mike Zena that he understood everything. He knocked out his opponent and left the ring for a long 2.5 years. During this time, a lot of unpleasant things from his life outside the ring became known. It turns out that he suffered from drug addiction and abused alcohol. After each match, I threw parties that lasted for 2 weeks. I drank everything I saw and used drugs, and when the money ran out, I went to the promoter and he gave it to me. So I continued, remembers Rocky. A year and a half later, he and his family moved back to Tacoma, but things only get worse. Old friends, loud parties in a small town, everyone wants to hang out with the boxing star. As a result, the wife can't stand it and leaves Lockridge, taking the children with her. He tried to return to the ring in 1992, but after suffering 2 defeats, he finally retired from boxing with a record of 44 wins, 36 knockouts, and 9 losses. He was only 33 years old and penniless. He moved to Camden, New Jersey, and got a job as a cleaner and painter at one of the local companies for $8 an hour. He is recognized on the streets, sometimes deliberately provoked by local hooligans, whom Rocky is still able to fight back.
Down! Down, bro, knock him out. Don't do it. I told you. Knock him out. Cold.
There is not enough money, and Rocky starts robbing houses, for which he was arrested and received 5 years probation. However, after some time, he was arrested again, and he was sentenced to 27 months behind bars. He resigned in July 1999, but he had nowhere to go to work, and as a result, he became homeless, living on the street and in abandoned houses. His income is $140 a month and food stamps, and the pennies he asks for at passers-by near the cinema.
Have a nice day, bro. Hey, Papa. Hey, bro. Can you loan me $1? Give me a quarter.
In 2006, he had a stroke, as a result of which it became difficult for him to move, and he constantly leans to one side, due to which he is forced to walk with a cane. Rocky was a drug addict for over 20 years. However, in 2010, he got a chance for salvation. The Retired Boxers Foundation invited him to appear on a TV show that helps drug addicts like him. The scene where he meets his sons became viral on the internet.
Big Brad, hey!
Because I know somewhere deep down in my heart, I still love you.
After this meeting, Rocky decided that he had had enough and stopped using drugs. He underwent treatment for 90 days and has since been clean of all bad habits. He was assigned a guardian with whom he lived in Camden in 2012. He had a stroke again, and on February 7, 2019, at the age of 60, Rocky Lockridge died in a home hospice as a result of complications from strokes and pneumonia. This is the story of a talented boxer who once again proves the destructive power of drugs and alcohol. Choose a healthy lifestyle and take care of yourself. See you soon.